Welcome back to Efltv. Looking forward to catching up with this man, the EFL's radio program manager, Sean Keller. We all know him. We all love him. Now we get to see him. Great to see you, Sean.
Thanks, Dan. Good to see you too.
Nice to be on board as part of Efltv. Big weekend of footy. Only one game, but it's a big weekend, the Queen's Birthday weekend, because it's a standalone game in Division 1 with the Noble Park Footy Club, who are the reigning premiers, and of course the mighty Bourne Tigers.
It is indeed Queen's Birthday football. Implemented last year down at the Bullring. Unfortunately, wasn't the best of days for your boys last season, but you'll be hoping to reverse the tables this year, if you will.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up. Noble Park, obviously a class act, sitting atop the EFL ladder at the moment. How do I go about beating them?
They are a very good side, and probably what you'll find from the Noble Park side is that they're solid across the ground. They press hard, they pressure the ball carrier, they've got tools up forward, which I know with Ian Prendergast injured and Seamus Billings having retired a couple of weeks ago may stretch you a little bit up forward. And of course down back as well, they're going to match the big guys like Dan Cullinan and Luke Barker with guys like Timmy Davison and Daniel Rigg in the back line.
What about through the middle? That's my concern at the moment. Craig Anderson's in pretty hot form.
He is indeed, and I tell you, it's worth the $7 admission just to see Craig Anderson play on Pete Summers this week. Two of the best midfielders going around, not just in the Eastern Footy League, but in any footy competition in Melbourne.
So that's the matchup we want as fans of the EFL. We want Summers on Anderson.
That's the one we want. We might have to just have a chat to the coaching staff and see if we can swing that one.
Right, I'll see what I can do. Okay, so pressure through the midfield's the key, because Noble Park's ball use, as we saw in the final series last year, is just outstanding.
It is, and it really probably started on that Queen's Birthday last year where they made a couple of situational moves. They really started to work the ball off the half-back flank, and they instructed their forwards to really pressure the opposition ball carrier. Didn't let it out easy, as you would have seen, and as a result, 19 goals, 22 on the day for Noble.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Anytime,
nice to have you. That's the game this weekend, Division 1 at the Bullring. Get there if you can. Division 2, let's have a look at a half-year review, even though it's not quite half-year, but how are things tracking in Division 2?
Yeah, looking pretty good, Division 2 this year. We always say that it's the closest division in the EFL, but maybe not so this year. You have a look at the ladder. You've got Lilydale absolutely barnstorming, undefeated after 8 rounds. They've added some quality players since their first game. The Breeze brothers, Marcus Hoddy's back from playing in the Waffle, so they are flying at the moment. But looking at the rest of the top 4, it's the 3 teams that played in the finals last year: Bayswater, Montrose and Doncaster East. So whilst we talk about how close it is, maybe it's not the case this year.
Is there a standout though, apart from Lilydale? Is there anyone challenging?
Look, you can probably throw the cat amongst the pigeons with Bayswater, Montrose, Donny East and even Roval, and maybe you could mount a case for Donvale as well, just to get up there. Look, it's probably going to be, and Lilydale, as we know, finals are a completely different ball game. The teams that get that far will find that they might be able to push Lilydale on their day.
Who's in the drop zone?
Drop zone is Waverley Blues and Wantirna South at the moment, both sitting 2 games behind 8th place Mooralbark. Hasn't been a great start to the season for either of them. They've got their game coming up after the Queen's Birthday weekend, which could be crucial to see who plays Division 3 next year.
Well, speaking of Div 3, let's have a look at them at halfway mark. North Ringwood travelling very nicely, apart from their draw on the weekend v Baronia.
They are indeed, apart from that, undefeated. And it's the 2 Daniel Harford acolytes in the coaching department, sitting 1 and 2 on the ladder.
Just
Brett Moyle at North Ringwood, Adam Bester at Doncaster. Flying at the moment, and Templestowe doing very nicely, coming up from Division 4 last year, sitting in 4th spot at the halfway mark on the ladder.
Yeah, it looks like a really good division. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Saints can go under Brett Moyle, although Bestie's boys got the grand final last year, so Doncaster, I support them as well. Division 4, unique situation. After 9 rounds, we've got 5 teams at the top of the ladder.
We do indeed, all sitting on 7 wins and 2 losses. You've got South Belgrave, a game back on 6 and 3, and you can probably really draw a line under them without being too unfair to Nunawading, Kilsyth and the Eastern Lions, all who have 3 wins. But it's anybody's at the moment in Division 4. The top sides have shown that there's been some blowouts. Heathmont beat Ferntree Eagles by 149 points. The Basin only beat Ferntree Eagles by a goal or so. So there's been some blowouts, but there's been some close games amongst the top flight as well.
How's Sylvan going their first year in the competition?
Won 2 games, won their second game for the season last weekend against Canterbury. So just starting to find their feet in a different style of footy and getting some experienced players back to get the tempo of Division 4 footy. Guys like Sean Toohey, Mark Cullen have played a lot of Division 1 football in the Eastern Footy League.
A couple of good players there for Sylvan. Great to catch up, mate. Look forward to more insight from you throughout the whole league. Division 1, 2, 3 and 4 on EFLtv next week.
We'll see what we can do.
Sean Kelly, he's a star. He'll be back next week on EFLtv.